Yells.
Yo, what is going on, y'all? Damn, there's been a lot of shit been going on, over this weekend. You got the Call of Duty stories, the resolution stories, you got this Review Tech USA video that went viral, and lots of shit's been happening. And to be honest, I wanted to talk about all this kind of stuff, but I'm just busy and I don't really get the time to, comment on all these things how I'd really want to. But I had to get this video out today because Battlefield 4, we all know, it's being released. I think it's released today. And the reviews are all out. The embargoes are all done. The PS4 versions and the Xbox One versions, the reviews are out for them as well. And the shit gets interesting. It's a shitstorm brewing at the moment. There's some crazy shit be going on at the moment, with all the resolutions and all this nonsense. But I'm sure y'all have heard. But now that Battlefield 4 is out in the wild and the reviews are out in the wild, it's pretty much confirmed that the PS4 version of Battlefield 4 looks and runs better than the Xbone version. And this ain't surprising because everybody knows that the PS4 is considerably more powerful. But we were all wondering if the games are going to be just like last generation, where they're pretty much the same and developers don't really take advantage of last generation. They never really took advantage of the PS3, and mainly I'd say it's because the PS3 was difficult to develop for, and they had the cell processor and all that nonsense, so developers didn't really put in the time and effort to optimize and maximize the PS3 versions of games. This time round it's completely different. The PS4 is super easy to develop for. It's developer friendly and it's powerful. It's completely different to what they did with the PS3. And we were all wondering whether developers will take advantage of the PS3 hardware, or will they just go with the lowest denominator being the Xbox One and just make the games pretty much the same. Now, the games do look pretty much the same, don't get me wrong. There is a distinct difference between the two, but they do still look pretty similar. But the big thing is that the Xbox One version of Battlefield 4 runs at 720p, whereas the PS4 version runs at 900p. Now that is pretty significant if you think about it. That's pretty big. I'm not saying it's huge or it's game changing, but it is a bit of a big difference if you actually think about it. One console runs at 720p, another console runs at 900p. I mean, that is a bit of a difference, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed because I was hoping they would get Battlefield 4 running at 1080p, because it's the next generation, man. We shouldn't be expecting 720 and sub HD games. We should not have to. It should be 1080p across the board. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because these are new consoles, and these are the first launch games coming out. So obviously they haven't spent years and years and years. Well, they spent a few years, but obviously they haven't spent a long time with these new next gen consoles. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, 900p, 720p, it's a bit of that's a bit of a difference, y'all. And it gets interesting because since Battlefield is pushing the PS4 version more than the Xbox One version, and Battlefield 4 is a huge multiplayer title, and we've had all the rumours about Call of Duty Ghosts, about what's going on with there. I mean, it's crazy because Activision, Call of Duty, they've always had this bum relationship with Microsoft. Everyone knows that. However, the game's running on the PS4 now, and with Battlefield, having a higher resolution on the PS4 version, and with rumours saying that Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be 1080p on the PS4, but it's going to be 720p on the Xbox One. That is going to be pretty huge. And Call of Duty Ghosts comes out next week. comes out next week, and you know, I think, yeah, like we're gonna get word on the PS4, all the versions except for the Xbox One version. Apparently, they're not allowed to talk about the Xbox One version of Call of Duty Ghosts until like the 12th of November, I think it is. So, which is pretty weird. It's pretty weird. But anyway, it is interesting because if Call of Duty Ghosts run at 1080p on the PS4 but 720p on the Xbox One, that will be huge. Now that will be huge, you know. And if this trend, I mean, these are only the launch games, you know. These are only the first launch games. Battlefield, Call of Duty, the two biggest games around. I mean, if this trend carries on for all other multiplayer games, where games look, you know, clearly better on the PS4 than the Xbox One, that's gonna be crazy for Microsoft, because they fucked up. They have really fucked up. I don't know what they did, but this ain't good news for Microsoft. This is not good news for Microsoft. And the funny thing is that all the guys that go and buy the Xbox One, y'all are paying like £100 or $100 more, but yet you're getting an inferior product and you're getting inferior games. Like, it just doesn't add up. I mean, if you pay more money for something, you should get like a better experience, right? But obviously in this case, it's the other way around. You're paying more money, but you're not getting a better experience. Like, I don't know how that works out. I mean, if I was an Xbox One guy, if I was looking to buy the Xbox One, and I'm seeing all these news about how the PS4 versions of all these games are better, I would switch up my pre-order ASAP. Like, right now, I would change that pre-order, you know. And it's just not good for Microsoft at the moment. It's just not looking good. If this trend continues where, you know, the PS4 versions of these games are looking better and higher resolution and stuff, then yeah, it's going to be crazy. And the thing is, like, when you had the comparison between the 360 and the PS3, like, sometimes the 360 version looked better, but it wasn't really like that considerable. It wasn't that really that huge, if you know what I mean. But in this case, like with Battlefield 4, it's more of a bigger gap, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not something huge. The difference ain't dramatic or anything like that, but it's clear to see. And I'm not really going to post links in the description and stuff, because, you know, I just don't do it. I'm just kind of lazy. But, you know, just go on any website, IGN, Eurogamer, CVG, go anywhere, and you'll see there's a clear difference. And every gaming website, and I literally mean every gaming website, says the same thing, that the PS4 version of Battlefield 4 is clearly better than the Xbox One version. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And like I said, we have to wait for Call of Duty now, because if Call of Duty turns out to be the same thing, whoa, shit is gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy. And it's funny because Microsoft have this partnership now with Battlefield, where they get all the map packs early, and they got a relationship with Microsoft, with EA and shit, but yet the games are running better on the PS4. Like, it's just funny. It really is funny, and it just doesn't work out. But anyway, that's my opinions. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, because this shit is crazy. It's crazy. Don't forget to hit the like, you know, hit him up on Twitter, links always in the description. And that's for me. Stay tuned for more, because when that Call of Duty news hits, yo, shit is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But anyway, that's it for me, and I'm out.